up? What is up, everyone? Woo! Y'all, today has been a much better day since the last time y'all saw me. I don't even think I published that live. I'm debating if I should. Definitely comment in the comments if I should. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Up, you drunk with Kiara? Hey, Daniel, that's one of my best friends. I'm in my bedroom. We're about to watch a video. You want to watch it with me? You and Kiara get together. We're about to review a video, so sit next to each other. Let me know when y'all sitting next to each other. Let me know. And where are y'all? What restaurant did y'all go to? And you should be a mod on my YouTube. Let me make sure you're a mod. You and Kiara should be mod. Yeah. You're already a mod. Okay. I love that place. Did you see me with my Janet Jackson? Yes, honey. I just need some red braids. Oh, y'all gonna make me after this. Y'all gonna make me get out the house and come meet y'all. Y'all gonna be there for a minute? Or where y'all going after this? Where y'all going after this? I should have put a preview on here because where is my people? Okay, y'all going to go do that next? Are y'all really going to go do that next? Are y'all really going to do that next? Put a 1. If y'all, I'm about to call you right now. Y'all went already? I'm not. See, I'm about to call you. I'm about to call you on live. Calling you on live. I'm calling you right now. We about to get into the video, but wait a minute. Answer your phone.
Hello.
Y'all already went to go get pizza?
Yeah. We ate. She was just on my car. She started walking to her car.
Oh, so y'all leave? Oh, okay.
I think she's leaving.
Okay. Dang. I would
Are
have.
you still live?
Yeah, I'm still live.
Oh.
I'm about to get.
Once you're live, I'm drunk behind. Yeah, I can't drive. I don't know how she's driving.
Well, don't drive. Just sit, drink. You got you some water?
I'm about to go get some.
Okay, get you some water. Don't drive and just watch my live. We about to get into some drama.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay. All right, y'all. My bestie when it got pizza. And I know y'all probably like, what's gay pizza? Here we have what you call a gayborhood, where all the clubs, most of the clubs for the gays, the LGBT, ABC community is, and it's a strip. It's an uptown, and we call it the gayborhood, okay? And in the gayborhood, okay, there's an excellent pizza place. If you ever hear, go to it. It's on the corner, right across from, I want to say, Sue Ellen's. And it's right across a burger place as well, but go to the pizza place. All right. So the title of this video, back to what I was saying. I don't know if I'm going to publish that live. Y'all know I was I was feeling down in that live. It was just a moment that I had when you're going through a healing for so long. Sometimes you just some superheroes need caves. And sometimes you have to remind yourself and pray and stuff. So that's what that live was about. I'm not sure if I'm going to um, let it go public. Just let me know down below in the comments if that's something y'all want me to release, if you think it will help people or whatever. But we about to get into So I came across this video. Let me see. Came across this video on Tiki to the Taki. So let me pull that up. Let's see. I'm looking. Wait a minute. Okay. Where am I? Okay. What is going? Okay, boom. We are finally caught up. Y'all, we had a real bad storm here in Texas last night, and everything just been caboose. Ever since then. But anyway, we're about to get into this TikTok. Is on Michael Jack page, JAK. If you want to go check out, I was like, oh, yes, we're digging into it. Let me jump on StreamYard and get up on YouTube. And so we're going to start with part one. Let me go ahead and click
$4,000 a month.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and click on it. Let me hit play. Let me make sure it's all the way back.
$4,000 a month income. Plus I have $5,200 for a child that I haven't seen in 5 years up until 3 months ago is outrageous. On top of that, I, again, have not seen my child for 6 years, 5 years before that. I moved to Texas in order to get possession of or custody of my daughter, and I'm still not able to see her. And I live in close to be requested to pay $1,000.
There is so many women I know that do this, and whenever I see them, whenever I talk to them, I hate to say this, and this channel is not for children. So if you're under the age of 18, leave right now. I will give you to the count of 5 to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cuss them mofos the heck out every single time. I let them have it. I do. I let them have it. It's a damn shame that women, I'm not gonna say women, let me say some moms are extorting or forcing the dad to pay either extra money outside the child support that he's ordered to pay, or pay money in general to see their child. That is the most crazy, ridiculous thing to me. That is crazy as heck. But let's proceed. Let me go ahead and hit play again. Let's
$1,000 a month for my child, and I can't even afford to get an attorney to take Mrs. Wells to court to get custody of my daughter. That's crazy.
You know how much you're currently ordered to pay in child support each month?
Yeah, I am. $98 a month, which I don't agree with, but $1,000 is crazy from 98.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
I will call Ms. Wells. Ma'am, would you please state your full name?
Jessica Wells.
Did you hear the terms of the proposed order stated to the court?
Yes, sir.
You understand those terms?
Yes, sir.
And would you be in agreement with those terms being entered by the court
I'm about to start
for his income?
and understand
Yes.
what he's saying.
Dollars a month income, plus I have $5,200 worth of bills to pay $1,000 a month for a child that I haven't seen in 5 years up until 3 months ago is outrageous. On top of that,
And she talked about
I again have not seen my child for 6 years, 5 years before that. I moved to Texas in order to get possession of or custody of my daughter, and I'm still not able to see her. And I live in close proximity of Mrs. Wells. It's extortion. I have to pay for visits. I have to pay for time, and these are cash payments, and that's crazy. But for me to be requested to pay $1,000 a month for my child, and I can't even afford to get an attorney to take Mrs. Wells to court to get custody of my daughter, that's crazy.
You know how much you're currently ordered to pay in child support each month?
Yeah, I am. $98 a month, which I don't.
So currently, he's ordered to pay $98, and he's saying he don't agree with. Okay. What is that? What I heard? Wait a
An
minute.
attorney to take Mrs. Wells to court to get custody of my daughter. That's crazy.
You know how much you're currently ordered to pay in child support each month?
Yeah, I am. $98 a month, which I don't agree with, but $1,000.
$98, bro. Don't you know how many men? Okay, either he has more children, or he's not getting as much coinage as right now, and that's how it is, because it's a percentage that they take from, how much coinage you have, depends on how much your child support is. For him, first he's complaining because she's forcing him to pay $1,000 to see his child. But right now, his court order is to pay $98, not $980, not $9,800, but $98. And you don't agree with? I'm gonna just go back a little bit. Let's proceed.
To get custody of my daughter. That's crazy.
You know how much you're currently ordered to pay in child support each month?
Yeah, I am. $98
Wait a minute.
a month, which I don't agree with, but $1,000 is crazy from 98.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
I will call Ms. Wells. Ma'am, would you please state your full name?
Jessica Wells.
Did you hear the terms of the proposed order stated to the court?
Yes, sir.
You understand those terms?
Yes, sir.
And would you be in agreement with those terms being entered by the court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any personal knowledge as to Mr. Fantroy's income?
Yes.
How?
Just what he tells my
From the body language that she just gave me, she kept looking down to her left every time she would answer. I'm gonna take that back. I want y'all to notice
Being
that,
entered by the
which
court
gives
today.
me the feeling that she's lying. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, do you
Notice
have any
her
personal
eyes.
knowledge as to Mr.
Every time
Fantroy's
she
income?
answers.
Yes.
How?
Just
go
what
back.
he tells my child.
Ms.
Full
I
name?
want y'all to see it.
Jessica Wells.
Did you hear
See
the
how
terms
she
of the
looked
proposed order
forward when
stated
she
to the
said
full
her
name?
name?
Jessica Wells.
Did you hear the terms of the proposed order stated
Here
to
we
the court?
go.
Yes, sir.
You understand those terms?
Yes, sir.
And
See how
would you
she
be in
looks?
agreement with those terms being entered by the court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any personal knowledge as to Mr. Fantroy's income?
Yes.
She looked real deep.
How?
Just what he tells my child.
Ms. Wells also confirmed that she was asking the court for a finding of non-disclosure so that her address and identifying information would not be included in the order. She added that she also wanted him to give them the medical insurance card for the child. When the state asked whether there had been any family violence between her and Mr. Fantroy in the last 2 years, she said not in the last 2 years, but that she still wanted him. Not to have her address or phone number because of previous safety concerns back in Nebraska. The state asked if Mr. Fantroy had ever been arrested for domestic violence toward her or the child, and she said no. The state then asked why she was making a safety-based request if there had been no arrest and nothing recent. Ms. Wells explained that there was a history of threats, harassment, verbal abuse, and physical abuse. She said that he had also stolen from her and from her daughter out of her home, and that he was very verbally abusive and very disrespectful. She told the court that if everyone in the courtroom were not present and if they were in the same room together, he would be extremely disrespectful and violent. According to her, the reason they came to Texas was to get away from him, but he had moved there in an attempt to get close to Nyla. She said she had tried in the past to take the child to see him, but he had stood the child up, and that overall he had not had a consistent relationship with her. However, when the state reminded her to focus only on why she did not want her address disclosed, she summarized it by saying that he was dangerous and that she feared for her safety if he knew where she lived.
$4,000 a month.
Okay, before we get into part 2, I'm going to call bull on both their ends. On both their ends. I don't understand why $98 is outrageous and why you want to say indeed if you are dealing with to the point to where you feel for your safety, to the point to where you actually pack up and get away, why there's no police records? Why there's no police records? I can understand if she was still in the same city. She moved from Nebraska, not Nebraska furniture store, but Nebraska to Texas. That's the whole damn climate change right there by itself. But there's no police report on the abuse. You get where I'm going? Okay. Let me go back out. Let's get to part 2, y'all. Let's just go right into it.
You're not allowed.
Child.
To pay $1,000 a month for a child that I haven't seen in 5 years up until 3 months ago is outrageous.
For safety concerns, he's dangerous.
Okay.
And I fear for my safety if he knew where we lived.
Miss Wells, when you say he's dangerous, what does that mean?
Okay.
What has he done since he's been in Texas that's dangerous?
Well, nothing, since he does not know where I live or does not have a way to contact me. But
Okay, so when was the last time he did something dangerous?
2015, 16,
Okay, and what did he do then?
we got in a physical altercation. He put his hands on me and choked me in my home. And no, I did not call the
And
police.
were the police called?
No, ma'am.
And did you
I need to
have
go back
seek
and look at her
medical
face
then?
when she said that.
We
Let me go
got in a
back.
physical altercation. He put his hands on me and choked me in my home. And no, I did not call the
And
police.
were the police called?
This
No,
she
no,
does
ma'am.
this look
And
down
did
thing.
you have to seek medical attention?
I did not. I just stayed away from him. He already does not help me raise her or support her. So it was very easy to just distance myself from him. He doesn't help with anything.
You say he doesn't help with anything, but sounds to me like you don't want him around her. So when you say you took her to visit him, where did you take her to visit him?
Okay, so I have some text messages.
Ma'am, I didn't ask you about text messages. Where did you take her
Answer
to
the
visit him?
question,
So
Savannah.
they had agreed that she was to meet him at a hotel in Dallas on the weekend of June 8th.
Baby, he in Dallas. Everybody don't holler. Stay away. Fellas. Stay away. Holler. Stay away. You see the drama? Stay away. All right, let's proceed.
and this place was not close to me. It was about 40 minutes away. So we drove down there. When we got off the interstate, I said, hey, call your dad and your brother, let them know you're here. And at which time they answered the phone and said,
Did she just say it's 40 minutes away? He was in a hotel in Dallas and you 40 minutes. Yo, dumb. Now you just gave him a clue to at least the outskirts of where you could be. Which is very simple. Only thing he would have to do is say, okay, 40 minutes away. Let me look at some of the based on the child age. We ain't got into that yet, if they even say it. But say, for instance, if the child is in high school, well, then he can look at high schools that's 40 minutes away from where he was at that particular hotel. I don't know if he's still there. He got a little hotel background. Looks like y'all know how the hotel background look like, but maybe his house is, I mean, I got a little hotel background too. But anyway, that ain't the topic, okay? It ain't about me, it's about him. But only thing he has to do is look at, say for instance, if the child is 17, look at high schools that's 40 minutes away from that particular hotel that he was at and do his own PI investigation. Sister, we're gonna catch your man cheating on you type of investigation, and he'll be able to find it out himself. Just stupid. I'm stupid, just stupid. Okay, so let's go back. Both
Dallas
dumb.
On the weekend of June 8th. And this place was not close to me. It was about 40 minutes.
And she remind him of the date. So even if he's not at that hotel no more, good hotel. We just gonna go with a good hotel. The W is. Do we still got the W? One of them Hiltons. He gonna be like, okay, I was at that Hilton. Let me look 40 minutes on the outskirts of that at these high schools. Okay, let me list. Boom, 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 boom. Let me go sit and see if I see my, okay, I don't see my child this one. I don't see my child that one. Boom, I see my child. Girl, you just giving it out. Okay, let's go.
Minutes away. So we drove down there. When we got off the interstate, I said, hey, call your dad and your brother, let them know you're here. And at which time they answered the phone and said, oh, we're not there. We're at North Park. Come to North Park. North Park was on the whole other side of Dallas. They weren't where they just told her they were going to be.
Wait a minute. Girl. She about to make me mad. Okay. You got Dallas. You got North Park. You see how small I moved my finger? You got Dallas. You got North Park. Dallas, North Park. Dallas, North Park. Everybody paying attention. What's the test? Okay, y'all. Dallas. Now I want y'all to point to a North Park. Good job. That's how far away that is. All right, let's go. Let's go back.
Your dad and your brother, let them know you're here. And at which time they answered the phone and said, oh, we're not there. We're at North Park. Come to North Park. North Park was on the whole other side of Dallas. They weren't where they just told her they were going to be after she told them she was on their way. And it's not that I don't want her around him. He does not have a consistent relationship with her. He currently has her blocked. She has tried to text him. He has her blocked since for the past month since coming to.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
When the judge learned that the daughter was 13 years old, the judge remarked that with a 13-year-old, there should not need to be that much contact between the parents because the child is old enough.
Girl. Okay, so no one of Jasmine, Brianka, child, if I don't butcher her name, I'm sorry. But Jasmine done said, oh, he's 13. The only reason why I could probably see that she's keeping a tab on things when it comes between the daughter and the father is because of the alleged abuse. Wait a minute, I'm messing up my Janet Jackson. Y'all got my Janet Jackson hair. Well, I put my hair to the side like Janet. Anyway, this ain't about me. Okay. So the only way I can see a parent monitoring something like that is two things. Either one, they're still in love with that other parent, and so they're going to use that child until that child is 58 to get to the other parent, or because of the abuse. So another thing that is standing out to me that's making me be like, girl, she's not answering the questions right off. To me, if you went through an abusive relationship, you'd have moved all the way from Nebraska, not Nebraska furniture store, but Nebraska all the way to Texas, apparently 40 minutes away from Dallas, Texas, on June 8th, to get away from this man for your safety. Baby, when they ask you those questions, boom, 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 boom. You get what I'm saying? You're deflecting. Now, I understand she has text messages and all this type of stuff. Whenever you go into a court for child support, you print all that stuff out and then you submit it. If you don't submit it, you at least let them know, I do, after they're done asking questions, they're going to ask if you have anything else to say. Then you can say that. Obviously, this is not their first time going to court, because what? He's ordered to pay only $98 a month, which he said he don't understand and agree with. I'm about to say that's no here nor there, but no, that is here or there, because both of them just And if y'all wonder why he's looking up, two things, and I'm gonna say it, and I ain't taking it back. My ex-husband, whenever he was like, when me and him would argue, he would look up and stuff. I was like, okay, just weird as heck. Two, or the camera is up, so. And he's looking at the camera or looking at the monitor. So I think he's looking at the camera. But yeah, okay. We're gonna go back a little bit.
Judge remarked that with a 13-year-old, there should not need to be that much contact between the parents, because the child is old enough to talk to her father herself.
Right.
And if he comes to the house to pick her up, she ought to be able to simply walk out the door.
Especially if he's been abusive to you, why would you even want to see him? You didn't say abusive to you. Go by.
Get in the car. The judge then asked if the
I'm
daughter.
gonna let it play.
The judge remarked that with a 13-year-old, there should not need to be that much contact between the parents, because the child is old enough to talk to her father herself. And if he comes to the house to pick her up, she ought to be able to simply walk out the door and get in the car. The judge then asked if the daughter was actually afraid of her father. Ms. Wells said no, but added that she does not let her daughter ride in a car with him because he is, in her words, a gang member, and he has been shot at in 2 states, and she refuses to let her daughter be around him for safety reasons. She said she did not want him being shot at again with their daughter in the car, and that this was another reason he could not come to her house.
You mean to tell me, Bonafide, that you don't fear safety? You don't fear that you don't fear for your daughter's safety around her father, but he's allegedly a gang member, and he's been shot at twice in that's Texas. 2 different states, and you fear that if she rides in the car with her daddy that he will get shot at. So you don't think he won't get shot at in the house at North Park, in North Park, around North Park, in Dallas, 40 minutes outside of Dallas? Play that back. Play that back.
That with a 13-year-old, there should not need to be that much contact between the parents because
Damn
the child
thing.
is old enough to talk to her father
Old
herself.
enough.
And if he comes to the house to pick her up, she ought to be able to simply walk out the door and get in the
Yes, she
car.
won't.
The judge then asked if the daughter was actually afraid of her father. Ms. Wells said no, but added that she does not let her daughter ride in a car with him because he is, in her words, a gang member, and he has been shot at in 2 states, and she refuses to let her daughter
Does
be
he got
around him
gang
for
members
safety reasons.
in his
She
car
said
that
she
you
did
want?
not want him being shot at again with their daughter in the car, and that this was another reason he could not come to her house. Counsel interjected to note that the allegation that he was a gang member was just that, an allegation, but Ms. Wells admitted that, unfortunately, she knew all of that before she had a baby by him. At that point, counsel also clarified that this matter was just a registration of an out-of-state order, and that there was actually no visitation order for Mr. Fantroy in that order, which the judge said was helpful to know. The judge then
Okay, that was a lot of information. Let me break it down. So basically, it's alleged that he is a gang member, and bona fide help. You knew this before you laid it low and wide. Okay, you knew this. You knew if he is allegedly you knew this before you laid it low and wide. So what's the issue? You still want this man. You still want this man. Okay, let me go back because it was a lot of
at
information
it again
given
with their
right there.
daughter in the car, and that this was another reason he could not come to her house. Counsel interjected to note that the allegation that he was a gang member was just that, an allegation, but
So that basically means that there's no proof. There's no police proof that he is a gang member, because as you know, some gang members do have the paper trail of it. So that's basically what that means. Let's go on. But Miss Wells,
Ms. Wells admitted that, unfortunately, she knew all of that before she had a baby by him. At that
she
point,
knew all
counsel
that before she had a baby by him. Counsel also clarified what?
also clarified that this matter was just a registration of an out-of-state order.
Okay, so it was a registration of an out-of-state order. Whenever you're on child support and you're in a different state, even though you're paying child support or ordered to pay child support, you have to also have a separate court case, okay, for visitation. Now, it sounds like he done moved to Dallas. So I guess because depending on which state, sometimes it's like that, okay? You have your child support, how much you're going to pay, and your visitation. Now, it sounds like they were already on child support, had they thing going in Nebraska, not the furniture store, but in Nebraska. And then she moved to Texas. Now he's there, and he's trying to establish some type of visitation in the state of Texas. So now everything is moving to Texas. Child support out, moving to Texas. All right, so let's go.
And that there was actually no visitation order for Mr. Fantroy in that order, which
So he had no visitation order in his child support. Y'all get it? So he was ordered to pay $98 a month, but he has no rights, no time frame, no accent. Leave it alone. Saying when he's going to or can see his child. So this is what this is about. Let's go.
the judge said was helpful to know. The judge then invited Mr. Fantroy to respond specifically to what Ms. Wells had said about the non-disclosure request. He said the whole thing was sad and unfortunate because he is already raising 4 little girls, 3 of whom are not biologically his, while 1 is the daughter's sister. He said that
Wait a minute. So when she was talking about dropping the baby off, well, the teenager off at North Park in Dallas or whatever, she can't drive to where? Okay. The girl is 13. All right. And also, if you notice, she said her brother to call your daddy your brother, let them know you're on your way. So that's the brother, and then 4. So 4 girls. Not biologically his. I mean hers. Yeah, I mean his. And a son so far. But he said that one of the daughters is the sister of the daughter. Am I the only one that heard it? So one of the daughters, one of the 4 daughters, is a sister of the daughter. Okay, let's play that part back. Baby, did he go through the family? Is that
non-disclosure
really
request. He said the whole thing was sad and unfortunate because he is already raising 4 little girls, 3 of whom are not biologically his, while 1 is the daughter's sister. He said that the
Oh, so 4 little girls, 3 is not biologically his, and 1 is the sister to the daughter. Baby, just say he messed around with my family member, and I'm still angry. But the baby is 13. He had another daughter. He said little girls. He didn't say teenage. He said little girls. And one of the little girls is the daughter's sister. Wait a minute. Yeah, one of the little girls is the daughter's sister. 3 is biologically not his. 1 is his, which makes 4. And that little girl is the daughter's sister. Okay, we're going to go back. Okay, let it play.
The judge then invited Mr. Fantroy to respond specifically to what Ms. Wells had said about the non-disclosure request. He said the whole thing was sad and unfortunate because he is already raising 4 little girls, 3 of whom are not biologically his, while 1 is the daughter's sister. He said that the communication problem exists because his daughter does not have a phone, even though he has offered to buy her one or put her on his plan. But Ms. Wells gives her a device that only works on Wi-Fi and then controls when and how the child can speak with him. He argued that if Ms. Wells were really afraid of him, then why would she have ever allowed their daughter to come stay with him? He then talked about the birthday weekend at issue, saying it was his birthday weekend, they had a nice hotel, and he had flown the girl's brother into town because he had not seen her either. He said he planned to take his daughter shopping at North Park, but that Ms. Wells...
They were at North Park Mall. Downtown Dallas, North Park Mall. Downtown Dallas, North Park Mall.
His communication was so bad that the plan fell apart. He described how, when the child later called while in the car under Wi-Fi, he told her to tell her mother to bring her to North Park, which he said was only about 15 minutes from the hotel, and that Garland was not far either. According to him, Ms. Wells simply did not bring her. He added that the next time he requested to see the child, he did get to see her, but only for one night, after which Ms. Wells sent her with an Apple AirTag and a disconnected phone, and he had not seen her since. He said that had been the first time in 5 or 6 years that he had seen his daughter at all.
Wow.
You're not allowed at my house. Don't come.
Wow. Let's get into the last part, y'all, because she about
Tell me your closure.
This is real sad and it's unfortunate because I'm raising 4 little girls already, 3 that aren't mine biologically, 1 that is, which is her sister. She, the communication.
Okay, wait a minute. It just hit me. So 3 of the kids is not his. 1 is biologically his. So not necessarily that he ran through the family. Let me take it back. Take that statement back. So he's basically had another child with another woman. Not necessarily he ran through the family. So I take that back. Okay, Mr. Garland, man, I know where Garland is. All right, so let's go. Let me rewind it back. And what's up, Stephanie? I see you, Stephanie. That's one of my TikToky friends. Not sure she'd be over here on my YouTube watching.
Girls already,
Me once in a
3
while.
that aren't
Let's
mine
go.
biologically, 1 that is, which is her sister. She, the communication isn't there because my child doesn't have a phone, which I've offered to buy her a phone or put her on my plan, but she gives her a phone that has Wi-Fi and just, she allows and picks and chooses when she allows us to talk to her. The moment that she's talking about as far as if she's scared of me per se, then why would she permit my daughter to come stay with me? That's 1. 2, that weekend was my birthday weekend and we had a nice hotel and I flew her brother into town so he could see her because he hasn't seen her. And I was going to take my daughter shopping at North Park, but her communication is so bad because she's so angry and such a manipulative liar that I wasn't
Mr.
able to.
Fontroy, can you just
Okay.
refrain
I'm sorry.
from
I'm sorry.
disparaging
But,
remarks
yeah,
about Ms. Wells, sir?
I got you,
Thank
Judge. But that went bad. She cussed my daughter out because they didn't communicate until my daughter, as I mentioned, my daughter's phone is off. So she called again when she was in the car under Wi-Fi and was like, hey, where you at? I'm like, tell your mom to bring you to North Park, which was 15 minutes from the hotel. And she lives in Garland, which isn't far. So it's not 40 minutes.
He already know where you live. Baby, Garland ain't 13. How many junior high schools in Garland? Girl, she ain't afraid of that man.
But she didn't bring her. So the
In
next
my
time
opinion.
I requested to see her, I did get to see her, and that was only for a night. She sent her with an Apple AirTag with a disconnected phone. And I haven't seen her since then. And that's the first time in the last 5 or 6 years. And prior to that, this incident she's referring to in 2015, I was living in Los Angeles. I actually paid full round trips for everything, and she made me pay her while she's saying I stole from her and stole from her house. She made me pay her to bring my daughter out there so I could take her to Universal Studios and to Disney World. And those are the memories that I have. But right now I'm trying to, so everything that she's saying is not
Now,
factual.
answer.
At the end of the hearing, after hearing from both parties and from the state, the judge ruled. The judge ordered that the father maintain private health and dental insurance for the child through his employer. The judge also ordered child support in the amount of $1,130 per month and denied the request for non-disclosure. Immediately after the ruling, Mr. Fantroy asked a follow-up question. He wanted to know whether the denial of non-disclosure meant that he would now be able to go pick up his daughter, or how that would work. The judge explained clearly that he does not have any visitation, and that there is no visitation schedule setting out when he is supposed to see his daughter and when he is not. The judge told him that if he wants that addressed, he would need to file to modify the order and ask that visitation.
Gotta take the wrap off this bottle water, y'all, because you know we ain't what? Ain't no sponsorships happening right now. So, had to give me a little drink. I drink me some water. So it sounds like now that I've listened to all 3 videos, that this wasn't about for visitation, and he wasn't prepared for that. But it looks like this was about renewing the child support payment, which happens. He has went from $998 now paying $1,100 and some dollars. And the judge did not set visitation. Even though the judge denied the disclosure of her address, he has no right to go there to pick up his daughter. He's going to have to file, which means go back to court about visitation. I'm not understanding that when they're both in the state of Texas. And as some of y'all know that watch my videos, I study law. So that is something I have not heard of. Now, in 2 separate states, I get it. But they're here together. I'm gonna do some research on this. Yeah. Wow. I would really like to know that judge's name and hear some more of her cases. I really would like to know. My friend over here put the judge was wrong. Let's see the replies over here. Dead wrong. See if I get stroke. My computer. Yeah, I'm still learning my new computer. Y'all know. What is going on? Okay. Okay, we got these 2 comments, okay? Okay. That's what we got. Let me heart this. Go follow my friend Stephanie. Well, she's not my friend, but she's a TikTok follower, and I follow her as well. She's a very positive woman, very beautiful. Always coming with facts, always keeping it real. I love watching her videos, so definitely go follow Stephanie Murphy 6967. All right, and tell her it came from what? All right. Yeah, but yeah. I would like to know. I want to know who this judge is, and I would love to watch some more of her cases. Some more of her cases. Okay, let's go back and listen to it, y'all.
Insurance for the child through his employer. The judge also ordered child support in the amount of $1,133 per month and denied the request for non-disclosure. Immediately after the ruling, Mr. Fantroy asked a follow-up question. He wanted to know whether the denial of non-disclosure meant that he would now be able to go pick up his daughter, or how that would work. The judge explained clearly that he does not have any visitation, and that there is no visitation schedule setting out when he is supposed to see his daughter and when he is not. The judge told him that if he wants that addressed, he would need to file to modify the order and ask that visitation be dealt with in that proceeding. He said he appreciated that explanation. Ms. Wells then asked why.
So obviously, it sounds like Ms. Wells took him to court to raise the child support. It sounds like his reaction from the commentator He has no issue with pay. I don't get it. He complained about $98, but you ain't complaining about $1,130. Okay. But it sounds like he's like, whatever, I just want my visitation. And the judge explained to him what to do. I might do some more research on this because there's other court cases, other child support cases where I've seen people in Texas go to child support for cases like this, like the mother want to raise the payment, and the judge went ahead and also talked about the visitation. And sometimes it depends on what judge you get as well. But I do want to look at some more of her cases if I do find out who she. No, thank you. If I do find out exactly who she is, I would love to watch some more of her cases. I would love to find out some more information about this, how she came up with the ruling. Well, okay, here we go.
The court was disclosing her address and phone number to him if she had asked the court not to. The judge answered that simply asking was not enough, because Ms. Wells had not given the court anything that the judge believed rose to the level of family violence justifying non-disclosure, especially when the incident she described happened back in 2015, and they were now 10 years past that. Ms. Wells insisted that he had not changed.
I will say, he said when they talked about the incident back in 2015, he said the incident that she's speaking of, that kind of raised the flag with me with him as well. But it also raised the flag that she said we had a physical altercation. Not he put his hands on me. She said that after she explained what happened. They both just toxic, child.
But the judge cut her off and reminded her that the ruling had already been made. The judge also told her that if she did not like the ruling, if she thought it was not fair, or if she simply disagreed, she had 3 days to appeal and 30 days to file a motion for new trial. At that point, emotions flared. Ms. Wells told Mr. Fantroy directly, "You're not allowed at my house. Don't come to my home." He replied that he would not, and fired back with a remark about the way she was acting. Ms. Wells then called him a deadbeat. The judge immediately stepped in and told them that this was not what they were going to do in the hearing, and that if there were no further questions, they were free to go. Even then, Mr. Fantroy kept talking, accusing Ms. Wells of having used his children's information and social security numbers without his permission or consent, without reaching out to him as the legal guardian, and of putting those children on an insurance policy, even though, according to him, those children were not her dependents. Ms. Wells shot back that he had called her job times. They fired her. He denied it and said he had never called the employer, only the beneficiary. The judge told them to stop once again, even asking sarcastically whether there was any more bad stuff she wanted to say about him. The hearing then came to an end in that tense atmosphere.
They'll calmly tell me.
That was unprofessional of the judge if she did that. Express and said what I wanted to say about this. I have gave my opinion. Definitely comment down below how you feel. You know what? Yeah, excuse my moderator. With that being said, like, share, comment, hype, comment down below. Excuse my mom. Love, peace, soul, hair grease. Treat people with kindness because you never know what they're going through. Bye, y'all. Just bye. This child is